Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. I am as always Potato Revan, because if I wasn't, I wonder who else I'd be. Today we've got my panel and special guest Rennie.
You don't want it to be answered.
Okay, and this stream is actually sponsored by Armchair Warlord. So the end of the stream is actually going to be led by him. So today, everyone, we are here to talk about possibly one of the best movies of the past couple of years that I think, V for Vendetta. But before we get into the movie, Rennie, you want to tell us about the graphic novel?
Yeah, a little bit. First of all, I want to thank you for the invitation. This is a nice surprise. I wish I was feeling better today, but yeah, I did read the graphic novel. It's got its similarities and its differences than the movie. I personally, and a lot of people are not going to like what I have to say about this, I like the movie better.
Okay.
Some people might like the graphic novel better, but I prefer the movie. That's just my personal my personal choice or my personal opinion.
Yeah. The movie, I absolutely loved the movie. Like, when we were watching it, we did a group watch with it and everything. And, I don't know, it's just... There's a lot of things in that movie that I absolutely love. But, Arms, what did you love about it? Or what did you think about it?
I like the fact that V for Vendetta is a documentary.
Yeah.
That's insanely true.
The only thing they got wrong is which side of the aisle.
Yeah, right. Well, it's although at a certain point it all starts looking the same, right?
Yeah.
But it's the only movie I've ever seen in theaters where so I saw it in theaters when it came out back in 2006, I want to say 2007. I was in college at the time. It was the only movie I've ever seen in theaters where the audience actually started clapping at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard they did that for something as big as, like, Infinity War.
They did it after The Hangover. So... Yeah.
But,
I'm just saying.
But who saw The Hangover in cinemas? So...
It was funny.
Yeah.
You guys clearly go to a much different theaters than I do.
I'm Irish. Yes, we do. But like, V for Vendetta's, like, got some pretty dark stuff in it. And the guy's bloody twisted, which I absolutely fucking love.
Well, but like, he's demented, or what did he say? I am who I am because, or I am what you guys made me, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. You know, he is who he is because of the fact that he was treated the way he was, and he saw everybody else treated the way that they were being treated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a monster of the state's own creation who undoes the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, it is the Conservative Party of the UK. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I know that Alan Moore hates the movie. Absolutely hates it.
God knows why. It's an excellent film.
Oh, God, yeah. That, I absolutely... Like, we were there, and like, we were laughing and giggling our way through it, and one of our panelists, she's not here at the moment, when the music was and the conduction was going off and the whole thing was exploding, she was like, fucking, she just loved it. I was meant to watch it with someone else, but work got in the way of that, so that was the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. But yeah, he really hated it because he hated all the changes. I think the changes they made were pretty smart. And if you guys want, we can get into those in a little bit. But I thought a lot of the changes they made were pretty smart. But Alan Moore did not like it. And because he felt that the movie was too different from the comic, he refused to watch Watchmen.
Oh, of course. Which is another movie that I loved.
I love it too.
I mean, the ironic thing is, it's my understanding that... Now, I haven't watched Watchmen or read the comics, but I think that the changes they made to Watchmen were dramatically greater than they made to V for Vendetta.
True.
Actually, I feel like they weren't that if they were less different. And the big difference they made was the big bad. And the one in the comic book was not, it did not make sense. It did not compute. But I have the director's cut, so maybe mine's a little bit different. But I don't know. I thought they did as good of a job as they could have with it. That's a hard graphic novel to adapt.
It is, but one of my things is I don't get a 1984 feeling from the whole like government setup and everything, the big screen and the close-up face.
Yes.
I mean, I think that was probably intentional.
Oh yeah.
Streams coming through your speakers, AW.
Oh yeah. Streams coming through your side.
Is the stream coming through on my side?
Yeah, I hear an echo. Yeah. Or I did.
Let me put my headphones in. Hold on.
Okay.
Turn the radio off, ma'am.
Sir, we can hear what you're listening to. But,
look, just because I'm lazy and don't ever want to put headphones in.
I know.
I don't blame you.
I do.
You should. It's his stream.
But yeah, I like most of the cast in V for Vendetta, all the British ones, I knew. But Stephen Fry, this seemed to me to be before Stephen Fry went fucking nuts, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, this is before that.
I actually disagree. I don't think Stephen Fry ever really went nuts.
Stephen Fry came on Irish television and spent like 20 minutes berating a man because he asked a simple question: if you met God, what would you say?
Well, I mean, yes, but he's also taken in the modern day some very principled conditions that put him very much on the right these days.
Well, yeah. Well, he's also got a bit. Hey, number one sci-fi, good to see you, man. But no, he's got a little bit of a reputation for being kind of nuts over this way. But yeah, it does go to show when the government gets full control, what they can do and what they will do.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
We're kind of living through that now.
It's kind of what some people are going through right now. Yeah,
I said, it's a documentary.
Exactly.
So many different parts of it are a documentary, right? You have the fake it's not a fake virus, but it's a man-made virus to create conditions for the government to take over. It's like
just for YouTube reasons, we're not saying that COVID is or is not man-made. Just overlords, don't hit us.
You probably didn't have to say anything, and we would have been just fine.
Did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you were saying, Arms? Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh well, I mean, you have false flags happening against a country's own people. You have the intentionally created virus.
News media legitimately lying.
Yes.
Yeah, you have the
only
completely
covering
fake
what they're
news.
paid to cover. Absolutely.
And I think at one point in the film, you have somebody. There's a journalist who says, "What is that line?" He's like, "We just report the news, but the government's the people who are making it up."
Yeah, the government's making up the news. We just report on it.
Yeah,
hey, Tyron.
Oh, there he is. Hey.
Good night, Tom.
We also have Stephen Fry's character getting.
Hey, Bionic.
Hey, Bionic.
Brutally beaten and dragged out of his home.
Yeah,
we have the. Although honestly, we're starting to get there, unfortunately.
Yeah. They live in Australia.
Shit.
Did you guys think that they did a good job with
Phoenix?
changing Gordon's character? Or do you think they should have left him and Evie where they left him in the graphic novel?
Well, where did they leave him in the graphic novel, for those who didn't read it?
So Gordon and Evie actually had a love affair, and Evie was underage, and he was, I want to say, in his 40s, and they were sleeping together, and it was just a bit creepy. And
Just
so, because she was like 16, 17 years old, It was really gross. And so I like the fact that they kind of moved away from that and kind of kept that aspect out of the movie.
You can kind of
don't
see that after being brought into the movie, even though they aged her up correctly. But with that weird pink dress and the priest scene.
Yeah.
I know, without saying words, but you can get priest.
Yeah.
But that was to show you how creepy and how sick.
The death I was most happy with.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so. But honestly, like, I want that mask. For nothing, I want that absolute mask. But there is something about a masked person who out there who you don't know who it is, leading revolutions and that. You're like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this guy, rather than gray-haired old men who like to wear ties.
Yeah.
Well, it makes people. It's distinctive, and it makes people sit up and take notice.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the beginning line where they said an idea cannot be killed. An idea cannot, be shut up. That's an idea.
Yeah.
So he represented something. But if you actually took the mask off, then it would be pointless and meaningless, and people probably wouldn't have revolted.
But the problem with that is if you take the mask off, so not with that, but I mean with the whole idea, is if you take the mask off, someone else is going to show up wearing the same mask going, ta-da, I'm over here now.
But that's what happened in the comic. He died, and then Evie took the mask, and she went and pretended to be V at the end because nobody knew he was dead.
Yeah. Good night, Tyrone.
I love you, Tyrone. Sorry.
Every time I see Tyrone Beard, I always think Tyrant Beard.
I know.
Well, no, that's
does
his
he
name
have
is
a law
Tyrone.
firm? Does he have a small Midwest law firm that is representing a voice actor?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not. I wasn't saying the beard parts. It's Tyrant instead of Tyrone.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh. Well,
definitely.
Sorry, I tend to eat the ends of my words.
You're okay.
We will leave that between him and Rennie. But but that's for another stream on a different channel. Link is if you pay me.
We won't go there.
No. So, the thing is, it's like with V for Vendetta, and that it's like they played on the whole thing about everyone was scared and everyone ran away. Not everyone ran away. He basically, this is a question I've had in the movie. Did they overthrow the monarchy?
I mean,
he was chancellor.
It's implied, yeah.
Yeah, well, chancellor isn't the head, because other chancellors are actually basically prime minister because they have been presidents underneath chancellorships.
Well, I saw him as a dictator, and so basically, you had the head, his little body parts, like the head and the arm and all that stuff, or the fingermen and all that. But when they realized that he wasn't really in control and they could take control of him, then he lost his power. But I saw him as an all-power dictator for a little bit.
But there was one line, I know it's a different thing, but there's a line in Game of Thrones that I love, and it goes for anyone in charge. If a king has to tell you he's a king, then he's not really a king.
Exactly.
And in V for Vendetta, I love the fact that he was so brave. He's like, look at me, I am in charge. And then at the end, he's like, please don't kill me.
And then he's like, pathetic. Or what did he say? Disgusting.
Yeah. But how easy the chains of power change when you don't grease the right hands.
Yeah.
Well, It's also a demonstration of how there's a person up front and how there's a power behind the throne, because the High Chancellor was overthrown quite easily by his boy there.
Which goes to show, because I really love in movies like this, where it's the person in charge, the ultimate power, suddenly when everyone stops listening to them, just turns around and it's like, you're just some guy.
Yeah, you're just a little human.
Well, I don't think that's the message there. Actually, I think this is an interesting.
Oh no, it's not the message.
Speaking of V for Vendetta being a documentary, this is the deep state at work, right?
Okay.
Because here you have the person who is ostensibly in power, and some rando, some government functionary can just overthrow him at the drop of a hat. He's the person who actually has the power.
Yeah. But he was smart enough to be untraceable. Nowadays, if somebody tried hiding in a subway, they'd find him. But he was smart. Yeah. He was able to tap into their systems. He was able to, stay hidden. He was able to do all the stuff that he could do, and they couldn't control him. And that's what drove him crazy. They're like, we have no idea who this guy is. We don't know where he is. We don't know what he's doing. But he just kept being able to break through. You couldn't get away with that with today's technology. But
no,
it was pretty
a TV show with about people trying to hide and escape, right? In modern day, and how easy or hard it is. You've got like 3 weeks to get to the other end of the UK without the police detecting you, and they're hunting you at the same time.
Yeah. So I think it would be more of a Jason Bourne thing if you were V. Nowadays versus how he was like, haha, can't catch me, in the original graphic novel. It's just technology today. There's just no way, but
no.
He did have the right idea. The one person, if they are the right person, can at least plant a seed and get people to realize this person isn't as powerful as you thought they were.
No.
But, how do you do that nowadays? Without getting arrested.
Just a bit of real world history. In Ireland, a seed was planted, basically, like a couple of guys done a failed revolution in 1916, right?
Yeah.
And then the seed was planted when everyone was watching what they did, and it turned the Kingdom of Ireland into a republic in 4 years. So seeds are very, very strong. But did anyone have any issues with the movie at all? While we're talking about how good it is, did anyone have any issues or anything like that? I'm not saying bad, or just some that in the movie that you're like, oh, that didn't sit right.
I mean, other than the priest scene being a little bit uncomfortable, I think it was done to show how sick that these people are. So it didn't really bother me that much. I always hate the scene where she kisses a mask. It's just uncomfortable. It's weird. And then I hate when V dies. It makes me sad.
Well, yeah. But one of the scenes that so during the entire movie, Evie gets locked in this cell for we don't know how long, just a couple of months, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a year. I'm sorry, nearly a year. And while she's there, she's talking to this. She's getting letters from this woman who passed away in this cell.
No, she's reading her diary.
Yeah, she's reading her diary, which is on toilet paper. She's reading her diary,
but to her, it's letters coming through. And then we discover that it's actually V, which to me means that V, if given enough power, if V took power, would be as corrupt. Hello, Orville Nation. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, PJ. Hi.
Would be as corrupt as the Chancellor himself. He has that tendency.
Well, yes, but V also never intended to take power.
No,
I'm just saying if he did, because I know that he intended to die, but I'm just saying we didn't know he was intending to die until the end.
Well, he was already dying was the problem because of all the stuff that had happened to him.
Yeah.
And they tell you that in the graphic novel. They don't tell you that in the movie. But
I mean, it's pretty clear anyways he's on his way out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you knew he was going to die, so it wasn't that hard.
You don't have that many
third-degree
burns and live that long.
Yeah, true.
Unfortunately, he's not immortal like I am.
Oh, so, shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit.
No, that's a running joke.
That didn't really bother me.
It's a stupid-ass joke.
As badly as it bothered some people. So I know for some people it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that to her. But at the same time, he made her stronger. He made her independent. And she realized that she did not need to rely on anyone but herself, because she was a very, I don't know how to say this other than this, but like a very cowardly person, right? Like
she was weak.
Yeah, she was very weak, and this gave her strength, and I don't think she realized
back.
she had
I need
it.
some water.
Okay. Yeah, it's like they say.
It was... Oh, sorry.
Okay. I was just going to say, it's like that they always say is, you hear like a trope in the military. We will break you and build you back stronger.
Yeah, and that's what he did. Now, did he go about it the right way? Maybe not, but it helped her to become the strong person that she could be.
Yeah.
Well, like
you were saying, Arms?
On the one hand, it's absolutely an extremely messed up thing for him to have done that, right? It shows to an extent how... it really shows how far gone V is.
Yeah.
And like what he'll do. On the other hand, it's how would I put it? The ends justified the means there, right? Like it shows you how V's personality works, right? He's an ends justify the means guy.
Yes.
And he's more than happy to do things which are, unethical or cruel if it serves his needs.
Exactly.
I wondered if in that universe, after V's death, another male V would show up just being someone else, but they can't tell it's not him.
Yeah, because you won't know, right? And hello to Matt G in the chat.
Hey, Matt G.
Hello, Matt G.
Because I liked how, they use the line, he was everyone and he was no one in the movie, right? Because you didn't know who he was. And in the comic, they kind of alluded to the fact that it could have been her father, but then he like straight up says, I'm not your father. But, in the movie, you just didn't know who he was other than the guy in room 5, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how they didn't really give you any clues as to who he could be, didn't give you any hints, nothing, and you couldn't make an assumption because you had no idea who this man was. You just knew that he had been wronged, and now he was getting his revenge, and he was waking people up.
Yeah, which I like better. It's like, who is he?
Yeah.
Just some dude.
But they also told you in the comic that he was the gardener of this facility. So he had access to like all these fertilizers and stuff. And that's how he had so many bombs, or he was able to make so many bombs. He had so much freaking fertilizer and chemicals that he could do this stuff. It was awesome. But, and that's why he liked roses, because he tended the garden. He loved roses.
Yeah, which, if you look at it another way, he's a gardener, and which helps things grow, and he grew a revolution from seeds. He gardened them. That's not a word.
Yes, it is. Gardened.
Wait, gardened? Oh, yeah. Congratulations, I know words. This is the first for Potato Ramen.
Supposedly.
Is this Reading Rainbow? I'm just kidding.
There's no rainbows here. But what I absolutely loved, because I'm a classical music fan, was the use of classical music. I forget the name of the piece, but and I won't do the music because the overlords. But basically, so he used this concerto and a symphony, right? And it's a famous bit. It's like boom boom, but when it hit the boom, things kind of exploded. Things kind of went away. Oh, I love that. I think I might need to talk to someone.
Oh dear.
But the thing is, like, it kept coming back to all the families at home watching television. Together, like, sitting down, just basically glued to the box, right? As we'd say over here. Which is kind of, with people, it's a big problem, because that's the only source of information they get. Which not a lot of people look behind the curtain.
Well, I think that was a very powerful a moment there at the end of the movie when they showed all the same scenes of people where people had been watching television and it was all empty because they were all out in the streets.
Yeah.
I one of the scenes I loved, and I don't know is she alive or what? Was when the little girl, she got pew-pewed, right? And you saw you saw the guy standing there, and he just looked, and then more people came and they saw her, and all those people
beat
were then
the
seen
shit
later
out of
on.
him.
Crack.
Well, yeah, bless you. More people were seen wearing the V outfit. But at the end, she took her mask off. So did Stephen Fry, and they were all out there. Were they really there, or were they just ghosts?
No, that was just symbolic of where she said he is everyone and he is no one, because we don't know who he is. But a piece of him is inside of you, like the part of him to stand up for what's right. And I think that's what that was all about. Not necessarily that they were there. It's just that, he's inside each and every one of you guys that stood up for what was right. That was my take on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's face it, everyone here has a little bit of... brain, please work. Has a little bit of a rebel inside them. Which is why we think V's a fantastic movie.
So one of my favorite scenes that I absolutely love is the domino scene. I just love that where everything falls into place and then the dominoes all fall. It's just amazing. That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
I think, Armchair, was it you who said it was showing how OCD he was?
Yeah, I think I said at the time, like, V is exactly crazy enough to set something up like this.
Yeah, he's really OCD. That's absolutely true. Well said.
But if you actually think about the logistics of that, just imagine him going out, getting a box of dominoes, getting all the right colors, seeing how many they think. Like, that's a lot of brain power that you put into something that only he would see for seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, and it was a feast for the eyes.
Absolutely. But one of the things that I thought was quite good was the cop who was always on the side of the government, after one conversation, basically changed sides.
Yeah.
And how they also showed that the news media are basically just pawns of the government.
Yeah.
CNN.
Yeah.
ABC News.
RTE.
MSDNC.
Exactly.
ABC, SBS, Channel 7,
but anyway,
Channel 1, and Channel 9.
Right on, Phoenix.
There we go. Did I get him all, Tom?
He'll tell you.
Well, do we have a koala to English translator? But anywho, back to the movie. Like, where did he... hey, Tim! Hey,
Katie.
Timmy! It's good to see you.
Hey.
But yeah, it's... My thing is, the fact that he stole all this artwork and everything like that. Like, just to live in it.
Just so he could have it and admire its beauty. He didn't care. It was great.
The thing is, if you... Yeah, I know that it was great, but the thing is about it, at the same time, is it was for him to see it. He was loving it. It was only his. But if he really wanted it, he could have shown it to other people, shown it to everyone, put it in a public place.
Unfortunately, if he did that in that government climate, it would have been shut down and all that art would have been confiscated again.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have to keep in mind, he kind of stayed in the shadows until he chose to make himself visible. So this was his entertainment, or like kind of his way to the outside world, or his window to the outside world. In my opinion, other than watching movie or TV or the news.
I can neither confirm nor deny that, but my inside sources say yes.
Oh my goodness. No comment.
But with V and everything like that, like, the guy kept going out in public dressed in disguises and meeting everyone and just having the time of his life. The guy was having fun.
Clearly.
Yeah, and that's one thing they didn't really touch on in the movie, because he was a real master of disguise in the comic.
Well, they touch on it once. There's one time when they go to meet that person at the memorial, and the police think it's just some old government official, and turns out it was V.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching a video on it, and there's a scene where there's a janitor in the background, and somebody said it's V. Just cleaning the floors. But that's the thing that's an actual thing I heard. Like, if you want to get real information, don't go in disguised as a boss. Don't go in disguised as anything. Go in disguised as someone menial, invisible, somebody no one cares about. Like Phil.
Oh dear.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Are you a janitor or something, Phil? Is that why you said
No.
that?
I was just saying that nobody cares about him.
Oh, that's so mean.
And again, fuck you.
I found him at the pound. But V's costume...
Shut the fuck up with your dumbass.
V's costume is actually really, really popular in Irish Comic-Cons. Like,
That's
always
weird.
there's always like 5 V's, and the funny pictures I see every year before the plague was V's used to always go on the train in full costume.
That's interesting because from what I heard in the UK, they find Guy Fawkes to be a joke, and they have on Guy Fawkes Day. Him. Yeah, they burn him, and they laugh at the fact that he didn't get to do what he wanted to do, and I'm just
Over here's kind of a hero.
Yeah, but like they don't seem to take it that way. They seem to take the piss out of him, and he's been dead for how long?
1500, so about what, 400?
Like 600 years, right?
No.
I think the gunpowder plot was what, 1609.
There we go. So like 500 years.
Yeah, 1609. That's it. I was thinking it was 1545 for some reason.
No.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, the funniest thing is when you actually see people at Comic-Con, because the Irish police are very, like, friendly, right? Like, genuinely.
Yeah.
And people get them to point fake guns that they bring with them
Yeah.
at V, and they do the V poses.
Oh, boy. Oh, hi, Sherry. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
She's really nice.
Does she have a channel?
Oh, I don't know, but she's on streams like everywhere. She's like super sweet.
I usually give people who have channels a wrench so they can chill themselves. Because I support other creators. Except for Armchair.
Oh god.
So honestly, that design for V, like the black suit, the cloak, and the hat, that's honestly unique. I love it, and it's also, if you look at it, he seems to be a matador. Honestly,
he seems to be what?
A matador, a guy who.
Because he kind of has like a cape thing going, so I can see why you would say that.
Yeah, the big round hat and everything.
Yeah.
But one of the things I thought that was kind of sad as well was when he realized he loved Evie and she kissed his mask, which to him was his face.
Yeah.
And then he broke down because he actually found someone who actually loved him. And as you now say, he was dying.
Yeah.
Like, he was going to go Kasplody either way.
Yeah. Because I want to say, didn't he have cancer? I can't remember, but I thought he had...
In the movie, it wasn't explained. All we know in the movie is that he was very badly burnt. Now, guys, do any of you remember there were... So, I called this out. A very quick shot, right? I called this out. So we were watching the movie, and when Evie got caught, because I hadn't seen it in years, and a couple of the guys didn't ever watch it. And I said, look at that guy's eyes. Look at the soldier's eyes. They're burnt.
It's his hands. Yeah,
in the movie, his whole body's burnt. But I'm just saying, like...
No, I know.
Yeah.
But you're right. His face looked burnt behind the mask.
But wasn't there also another scene where they were talking to someone and he shook his hand and his hand was burnt?
No, it was when he shaved Evie's head and you could see that the hand was kind of burnt. That's where I messed up.
That's where it was.
Well, also you can see it when he's cooking, because when he's when he's cooking, his hands are all fucked up, and then he notices that Evie is looking at him. He puts his gloves back on.
He's like, "Oops, that was from a fire long ago."
Yeah. I enjoy fires. They're lovely and warm.
Right.
Fire's cool.
But it. So yeah, apart from our arson tendencies aside.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, where's Favre when you need him?
Did they ever explain why they shut down the underground?
Oh, because of
the disease.
Yeah, the St. Mary's disease. Yeah.
The St. Mary's disease, there was an outbreak at a school, underground, and at a water treatment facility.
Yeah, and then it's like, I'm not okay, but then for some reason, this is a weird trope in British post-apocalyptic movies, right? I'm sorry for what they done to Ireland. I'm like, oh, come on, man! I don't even get to survive in this land. God damn it.
Oh, dear.
Well, time to get out my little hat and off I go.
Oh, dear.
Be a little Paddy in the field.
Well, North Ireland doesn't survive.
No. But what other changes are things that you liked? Did you like that in the novel over the movie?
Who are you asking?
You.
Rennie.
Oh. Okay, so I
prefer
the movie on this one.
Yeah.
Because in the book, V's a little bit more hateful. And then he does some kind of things that are weird, like the multiple outfits that he wears, and like there's like this Joker kind of look that he sports. It's kind of it's a little weird.
I've actually heard him described in the novels as Batman who broke. Like he's a broken Batman.
Yeah, I can see that. So I didn't care for that. I didn't care for the fact that, so like in the movie, they basically state or they imply the fact that he got superpowers due to his immunity to the disease, right?
Yes.
In the comic book, that didn't happen. So in the movie, it's like, oh, if he felt like a real hero because he was, he was like kind of superhuman. And I thought that was really cool. I like the look of the mask that they used for the movie. Sometimes in the comic book, when they changed the look of the mask, it was kind of weird. But yeah, the whole Gordon thing was weird.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the whole pedo, yeah, it's just gross. And then I didn't like the Evie impersonating V thing. I thought that was weird.
That's a weird trope in British things. Like we had Clara a few years later impersonating the Doctor.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that, or else.
No.
Oh dear. Yeah. But yeah, so I prefer the movie. That's just me personally. I feel like it works better from beginning to end. I understand why they wrote some of the things that they did, but this just seemed more like I don't know, more of a triumphant win, I guess, in the movie than it did in the book or in the graphic novel.
I really loved the end of it myself. When they blew up Parliament.
Yeah,
that's not because I'm Irish, but it's also because I'm Irish.
No, but it was like, yes, he finally did it. Finally, so yeah, I get that.
But then again, at the same time, I didn't like that Evie was V.
I didn't care for that because my thing is, when I was reading it, how did they not know that was V? Like, or how did they not know that was Evie? Because she's a young girl. He was an older gentleman. They don't sound the same, and she looked a lot smaller than he did. So I'm like, come on, guys. Like, seriously? Really?
But, yeah.
You gotta Clark Kent this?
Yeah, but come on.
As a writer, so Tyrone said, he actually said, I do not agree with Ren. I liked V because he was a human, not a superhero or anything. Never read the stuff. Well, he can't read, he's Australian. The stuff in the graphic novel needs to watch ASAP. Yeah. Honestly, you all need to go and watch that movie.
I just want to remind Tyrone Beard of rule number 1, and I'm just going to say that. Sorry.
Never test if a hair dryer is waterproof?
No, Rennie is always right.
You see, that's why he gets it tattooed onto his forehead.
I'm only kidding. I love you. But yeah.
She's only kidding a little bit. But Armchair, as a writer, is there any writing cues around like that you notice from other things or inspirations or things like that yourself?
In V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely I see some influence from 1984.
Oh, definitely. There is real influences from 1984.
Oh, yeah. I agree totally. Or wholeheartedly. Can't even talk today.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, like, if 1984 was kind of weirder than V for Vendetta, honestly, with the 65-year-old prostitute, that never got right with me.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in it. Don't watch it. That's in it. The fact is that she was an actress on a TV show over here called Emmerdale. So after watching 1984, I had to watch her for years, and I'm like.
I mean, if that's all that's around and available, I guess you got a hole's a hole, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Get out. Tyron, I will send you another internet supplied girlfriend. Randy, you're going to the sun. Get into the rocket ship. Go. Bring Phoenix with you.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck on you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But like honestly the music cues and everything I absolutely love it. But
yes. It's powerful, and it makes you feel those emotions or the like awe moments and the yes moments, you know?
Yeah, and the way that the police keep I'm just going to say the police, like, because I don't know what they're actually called, but the enforcers, right? Whenever something happened, we'll say he had a heart attack. Yeah. We'll say he had a cerebral hemorrhage. We'll say this, and the news will be like, he had... Which you're kind of wondering now after looking at it, like, how many people actually, didn't go peacefully?
Oh, dear.
Just saying. But, so we're nearly done in the stream. Like, Arms, do you want to tell us about your book? Because I actually have a sponsor, which is Armchair Warlord.
I did not know you were a writer. Please. I would love to hear this.
I am, yes. So I've published my first novel a couple of years ago, and it's called The Maiden's War, and it's a sort of a fantasy war novel, sort of set in a in sort of a I mean, really the best way I could describe it would be a kind of fantasy version of World War I, almost. That kind of technology, that kind of zeitgeist.
Yeah.
But it's so yeah, I published that a couple of years ago, and I'm currently I'd say about 80% done with the sequel. So I'll be I'm looking to publish this sequel called Valkyrie Night, which is going to be in probably for Christmas next year.
Awesome. Is there you want to tell us something about the book?
Sure. So actually, it sort of has a theme, or I wouldn't even call it a theme, but sort of a subject with something that I've been kind of interested in for a long time, which is it follows a number of female soldiers who are involved in a war to defend their country against an invasion by one of its neighbors. And so I think it's just sort of got some interesting stuff going on as far as just sort of describing. I must say, sort of describing just the I wouldn't call it female experience of warfare, but it's
in the chat.
Thank you, Phoenix.
It just
guys,
go ahead. Sorry. Oh,
thank you. Phoenix just put the book link into the chat right now. If any of you want to go and check it out, because like we need to support like smaller creators and things like this. But Armchair's book is actually being highly well received
Oh,
by
that's great.
by people, yeah, who aren't his friends, so aren't biased, right?
Yeah, it's been very well reviewed, and actually, it's got 4.5 stars on Amazon, and actually something that I really appreciated. Actually, if you get the hardcover version, I've got some quotes from reviewers on the back who are legitimate. They had a legitimate person in the entertainment industry, and also a actual military historian who read my book and really liked it. Who lent me some review quotes. So.
Yeah, so I would honestly, it'd make a great Christmas present. Also, if you go to my Discord, which should be pinned in if you come back to the stream like right after it ends, I'll have it pinned. But if you go and you DM Armchair, or you reach out to him via my Discord, he will, for free, in exchange for cash, give you an autographed copy.
Yes, I will.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have one. It's currently in a box, but going to be displayed again prominently when my renovation of the man cave is complete.
That's great.
Yeah, and we can't wait for the second one.
Yeah, it's shaping up really well, and I'm looking forward to putting it out myself because I've been working on it for the last 2 years. So.
Well, you can't force it. I mean, look at George R. R. Martin. He's been working on The Winds of Winter for like 10 years.
No, he hasn't. I don't believe that for a minute.
By the way, you want to know how I know that George R. R. Martin has not been working on that book?
Yeah.
It's because while I was either a full-time soldier or a full-time student, I've written as much text in my spare time as Winds of Winter is going to be. So.
No, I know. I love how
you say
he's been
going to
on
be
it.
as if it's going to come out.
Yeah, hold on, guys. Just 2 more likes until I hit 20. So, just 2 people who haven't liked, just come on, just hit that like button, please. If you do, Rennie will do, I don't know, something.
Uh.
There we go. She just did it. Come on, 2 more likes.
I was gonna say something really off kilter, but yes, I will not do that because.
Rennie, come on. On this stream, we don't operate on kilter.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah. But he spent too much time producing other shows and writing stupid little novellas and stuff. I'm like, and you can't write Winds of Winter because
fucking reasons.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I think there's a couple of reasons there. One, it's my understanding he wrote himself into a plot hole at the end of book 5.
Yeah, he wrote himself into a corner. Absolutely.
He absolutely has an issue because of the TV show. When they revealed what they did at the end, right? With John and him being a Targaryen and everything like that. Because he said to the guys, who's John's mother? Now, he's scared to finish it because that was his idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the whole John, going back to the freaking, what's it called? The Night's Watch? That was dumb. I mean, the dudes that were, wanting him in prison left anyways. Who cares?
So if you don't want a dumb book, seriously, go buy Armchair's book because we need people like him out there to get bigger and everything like that, because all your favorite authors, guys, started out with one book trying to go around and shilling it. Harry Potter.
Yeah, and unlike George R. R. Martin, I actually do intend to finish this series. So I do have a 3rd book planned after the 2nd one. I'm not sure if there's going to be a 4th.
The 4th book is going to be my autobiography. It's just filled with parallel universes, world wars, kingdoms.
How many ways to
cook
a potato?
It'll be called Crimes of 7.
Yes,
The
I
Life and
actually
Times
do.
of a Madman.
Orville, I genuinely do, man. Because I think that after he saw the fan backlash to season 7 and 8, especially season 8, which he had given things to, right? Director's notes and everything like that. Because I promise I did just say a word. That basically...
You say that, but...
Yeah, I know, right? But his entire ending for the show is just trash.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
You know, it would be interesting if George R. R. Martin's reluctance to finish the story had to do with the fact that season 8 crashed and burned so hard, and that Dan and Dave may have actually been taking more from his scripts than is getting from his outline than is getting reported.
Yeah. Well, I love the interviews. We kind of forgot that this happened. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
lore masters exist for a reason.
God, actually, I know I say this a lot, but I've never seen anybody's star fall in Hollywood faster than Dan and Dave after season 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who has seen them anywhere? Like, seriously, they've fallen off the face of the planet.
Nobody in Hollywood even knows their names anymore.
They literally got a Star Wars contract pulled. Guys, they lost the Star Wars contract from Kennedy.
I know, and Kennedy's giving it out like it was candy.
Yeah. Like, those guys couldn't stop getting hired when Game of Thrones was airing.
Yeah, like, I've got a Star Wars contract. Like, it's this shit is just fucking... These people they're absolutely ruined their own career by just being absolutely lazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But Arms, honestly, like, I've read a good bit of Arms' book. I've heard other people who've read it, and I've spoken to those on the panel and those not on connected with my channel, and they all really, really like Armchair's book. Genuinely, he is a good writer, better than he gives himself credit for. And that, honestly,
thank you.
So, well, you're very welcome.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So honestly, you need to go check out that link and buy Armchair's book. It'll make a good Christmas present for people who are looking for something new to read. Because how new can you get then an unknown author? There's no spoilers out there. So,
and actually, because I'm putting out the sequel next year, then you can get them Valkyrie Night for next Christmas.
Exactly. So, yeah. And for those of you who go on and are looking, this is the book. Who are we looking at?
Oh, so that those are the two main characters there. So that's Sophia Rose on the left, and Princess Erlyn on the right. And so this minor spoilers. This scene does not.
Sorry.
So this scene does not actually happen in the book, but it's representative of the content. When designing the cover art, I decided to go by the Full Metal Alchemist rule of have the intro be cool, but don't have it spoil anything. So
yeah.
And those guys in the back are they're soldiers of the Empire of Masks. So those are the that's the, I guess I could call them the antagonists.
Yeah, and I've noticed they're using a mixture of swords and guns.
Yeah, those are Imperial cavalrymen, so they have swords.
Awesome. So, thanks for supporting the channel, Arms. Means a lot. Rennie, is there anyone, because you stream yourself on other people's channel, you want to tell the guys about it? And you've got a wrench, so you can drop the link, or you can send it to me and I'll post it. Either way.
The channel that I'm typically on Saturdays, I'm not sure if I'll be on this Saturday, is Mr. Brown Alliance. And we typically we used to talk about current events, which has been dwindled down, and we're more like talk about stuff that we just like. And so last weekend or last Saturday, we talked about one of my favorite movies, Expendables. I love Stallone, so if Stallone's in it, I've seen it. Sorry about you. And then one time we were talking about Kick-Ass, Terminator. And then from time to time, when she has her Lord of the Rings book streams, I do hop onto Ms. Martin Muses. Teresa Martin is amazing, and it's fun to talk about just stuff that we
in
love.
The description, in the chat.
I can't link it.
No, if you send, you can DM it to me to Discord if you want, and I'll drop the link.
I don't know if it'll let me do it through, because I'm on an iPad. So I don't know if it'll let me go in between. I think if I exit the screen, it'll drop me.
Awesome.
But yeah, so from time to time I've been on her channel, and it's just been fun talking about, books that we love to read that are timeless classics. And yeah, so, just my advice to anybody out there who's like, all about like, oh, I want to be monetized, do what you love. It doesn't, YouTube isn't going to be around forever. Do what you love. When it stops being fun, don't do it.
This is what we were doing. Like, we literally, so we went on, we were originally talking about Star Trek Discovery, right? That's what our first 3 streams were. And none of us were happy. And then we went on and we're like, you know what? Screw it. Let's not talk about politics. Let's not talk about shit that makes us angry. Like, we're fans of different things.
Yeah.
Let's just sit down, have a laugh, make new friends like you, Rennie.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you.
Bring people on, support people out there, and just help each other grow. And just, I don't care about being monetized. Honestly, I genuinely do not. I think this is fun, and I just like spending time with my friends and just having conversations out there.
Yeah, I love talking about stuff that I love. And it beats talking about things like, hey, what's going on with Star Wars and Star Trek, which are dead franchises. I don't care to talk about it because it just makes me angry. So instead, it's like, hey, I really love this movie. This is a great movie. Or I really love reading this book.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, and I'm planning on expanding the channel over the next year and a half. Things like that, like actually creating a character of Potato Revan. There's a couple of other guys I'm talking to about who are going to be like hallucinations of voices.
Oh dear.
That. Yeah, I know, it's going to be a laugh.
Revan, it occurs to me, actually, I know exactly what you could do.
Oh no.
You need to get a VTuber avatar.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my god, no.
Oh dear.
What? And just be like you know what? I'm going to get a VTuber avatar of a girl in a bikini, of a cat girl in a bikini, and just be like, "Greetings, I am Potato Revan. What are you looking at?"
Why don't you just? Oh my god! Why don't you just use like a Mr. Potato Head?
Boingy.
No.
I have one. My friend, the voice in my head. That's who
Mr.
she's.
Potato Head.
Yes, my friend, the voice in my head. Bought me a Mr. Potato Head. He is my financial officer. I'm in so much debt. Please help me.
Oh dear.
Ouch. God.
But yes.
I actually couldn't have roasted Revan any harder than he just roasted himself.
Well, that
chat is
way to
what
pick a
let's call it
potato.
baked potato.
I know. That's actually the name of
No.
Discord.
No. Roasted potato.
Yeah. You can roast a potato. Tastes pretty good.
No, I don't. Okay? I taste bad.
You said it, not me.
I prefer mashed potatoes or baked potatoes, but hey.
Well, AW, you couldn't have roasted him better than he roasted himself. But you could have brought the butter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't like where this is going.
I had some great potatoes at this breakfast place in this little town that I used to live in. And they were like cooked in truffle oil and had like all these Italian seasonings on them. They were really good. Sorry.
Sounds great.
I hate you, Tyron.
He's so cute.
But yeah, potatoes for breakfast. Okay. So
have you heard of hash browns?
Yeah.
I'm Irish. Yes.
Shredded potatoes.
That's right.
Yes.
This is like the joke about Eskimos and snow.
But Phil, do you want to show yourself?
Oh, we're doing that?
Dude, I just showed 2 people.
Oh, I thought they were the guests, and this was supposed to be AW's shill.
He just did it for 15 minutes.
Take it.
All right.
Take it, Gil.
All right, so I have a channel called Kilroy Was Here. I do gaming streams. Most of what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks, months, is a game called My Time at Porsche. Thanks to that, the everyone except Princess Rennie is very familiar with the game.
Yes.
Maybe she is. I don't know. I've never met her before today.
With quotes like, "That pants are so tight that I won't finish the rest."
It's like a tiny little avatar of Phil in like men's capri pants running around and hitting on.
I changed the pants, fortunately.
Dude, Frog Eye is not attractive. I'm just gonna say that.
Although, like Django seems to really like you, so just saying, like there's potential.
Well, the feeling's not mutual. You know that as well, AW.
So, there's 2 other panelists who couldn't be here for various reasons, which are none of your business, personally. So, there's Katana, who Arms will shill, and then I will talk about Farv. Arms, you want to talk about your channel with Katana?
Absolutely. So let me talk about Katana Laris' channel. So Katana Laris is a gamer and an artist, and she runs a channel where she and a number of other people, frequently including myself, generally play Guild Wars. So she's a little bit of a Guild Wars content creator, and so
if you like Guild Wars,
to hang out with.
Yeah, she is. Like, it's not only her. Like, they get talking. One time they had a 3-hour stream about like Transformers.
So at one point, Katala and Farv, like, they were playing Guild Wars at the time, but they spent literally 2 hours yelling about Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Phoenix, can you get me Farv's channel?
Yeah.
So, guys, our next missing panelist is for Vithingard. He is a retro gamer who likes old retro style games, even though he's a great laugh, he's a great guy. I promise, if you go there, you will learn swears in languages you did not even know exist. That I'm telling you for true.
I think I've learned probably 20 new curse words just from Farv.
What the hell?
Yeah, Farv's like...
And at least 6 of them were probably made up by him.
I think they were all made up by him.
Yeah, we're actually trying to get a book together just called Farvisms.
Although, actually, speaking of books,
yes,
Farv is also a writer, and he is going to be publishing a novel himself in the near future. He's currently editing it. So that's probably going to be out in the next couple. That's probably going to be getting pushed in the next couple of months.
Oh yeah,
exactly. So that is everyone. Phoenix, do you have anyone to show? Phoenix?
No.
Awkward silence.
Nope.
It gets violent when there's silence.
I'm speaking.
Phoenix is just having to fight off the Australian wildlife. I don't blame him for it.
Yeah, a snake just crawled up his toilet and flew across the room. It's your typical Australia. So, I would like to thank absolutely everyone for showing up, for joining us tonight. And I would like to apologize for my absence. Real life kind of got on top of me there for a while. So, Yeah, sorry about that. So, I'd like you to join us next time for a topic I'm not sure of, but we'll let you all know. Oh, wait. Hey, it's a Tyron.
Yeah, g'day. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hey.
We're just about to end the stream.
I just had to jump in at the last minute and just say it's good to see another Aussie. Like I wanted to say g'day to Phoenix. He knows that probably better than anyone that we share a hatred for the Irish when they rock up with their sexy accents at the fucking bar and they pick up all the women.
Yeah, that doesn't work. I am literally the worst person at flirting. Literally, if I tried it,
well, apparently, it's a thing in Australia where the Aussie chicks are just hoes for Irish dudes.
Oh man,
I know,
you're
right?
talking to a girl that's sitting on a bar stool, and then once an Irishman walks into a pub, she's fucking slipping off because she's so fucking wet for Irishmen. It's not even funny. Like,
well,
seriously.
but guys, I'm just going to end the stream here. Phil, do you want to say your slogan?
Fuck you, Kevin Smith.
That's right. Before we go,
Fuck you, everyone. I'm out.
Wait, there's one thing that we have to tell everyone.
So wait, hold on. So Tyrone, are you out to put another shrimp on the Barbie?
No.
Dude, just be careful. Guys,
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a knife in your fucking neck.
Rennie, you need to be careful because a dingo ate Tyrone's baby.
Yeah,
well, it's funny you said
that's
that.
The only reason I make babies.
I mean, Tyrone, it's better than getting a stingray spine in my chest.
Yeah, well,
that's cold, man. I was
okay,
a big
guys. We
Crocodile
need to
Hunter
just hold on, guys. For legal reasons, we need to tell you this. For legal reasons, Star Wars the sequels suck. For legal reasons, would someone care to explain this?
Sure. So somebody who's currently going to law school. This is a federal case, I want to say, which was recently decided, in which the judge used the terrible quality of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker to illustrate a point he was going to make about how promises made during contracting can be illusory.
That's hilarious. I know that there was a college professor that was teaching a class that taught why The Last Jedi was a bad film from like a filmmaking perspective. And I thought that was really interesting.
It was.
You could probably just teach an entire class on why The Last Jedi is a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But guys, thank you absolutely everyone. All of you have a good night. And just everyone stay safe. Okay, so
all right, man. Good show. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you for,
Peace out.
for a sec.
Yeah.
Love you, Rennie.
Okay, so
I love you all.
Yeah, as Phil likes to say, fuck you, Kevin Smith. I nearly said fuck you, Kevin Hart.